As we all know, budgeting is very important part of any business. We all know that a business can never ever succeed without a proper budgeting, without a proper planning. We all know, and budgeting is very important part, crucialest part of any planning, right? So that is the planning of the monetary aspects. So we'll be talking about them all. I hope the screen is visible to you all. Yeah, it shows loading. I hope now it's all right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll be talking about a few essential business tools for budgeting in case we do not want to invest into a lot of infrastructure as well as human resource. So the objective of today's session is to create an accurate budget to manage the cash flows for the project. But before that, let me introduce myself for all those people who might not be knowing me. Good evening. Welcome to GetSetUp. I am Mamta Prasad, your guide for the day, and we'll be talking about all those essential tools that can help us in budgeting for our startups or for our ventures that we are in, right? So these can help you in your capital budgeting. That means right from the initiation stage to sometimes if you have already had running business and you want it for the future budgeting, still it can help you. So we'll be talking about say some odd 6-7 tools today, and you can check it out which suits you, your need the most, and accordingly check it out. A few of the tools that I'll be talking about can be checked out on free basis also for a few days, and then when you want you can convert it as well. Cora ma'am, are you saying something because you are on mute?
No, Mamta.
Okay.
No. Mamta, what is the fix? Supposing you've invested in infrastructure in doing up a place, what is that called? Is it fixed cost, infrastructure? What is it called? Capital cost?
You are actually investing in the infrastructure, so that will just think it this way, that
where you're doing, like if you're doing up a place, you've got the basic house and you're doing it up, you're investing in the furniture, the fridge, for renting it out, painting, everything. What is that called?
So why are you doing it? What is the purpose behind it?
Rent it out as an Airbnb, for instance.
Okay, so you will be renting it out. So that is a kind of the infrastructure that you are preparing for running a particular kind of a business. Fine, right. You are renting it out. So that is your business again, for that matter. So obviously that is your capital expenditure. You are investing in the capital. Yes.
Yeah, it's not the property. I'm renting out the property. It's not my own property. I'm renting it out, and then I'm going to do it up so it's at a particular standard. So I'll be investing in doing up the place. I'm just getting the basic place empty.
I mean, you are getting it for yourself, right? You have bought it.
I'm going to. I not for myself. I will I'm making an agreement with the landlord, and he'll allow me to then run a
business over there, right?
Right.
Okay. So in any case, like suppose I want to run a business, right? For which suppose I need an area of say 2,000 square feet, right? So I rent it out. I take it on rent, and then obviously because I cannot run in empty space, so I'll need cubicles, I'll need chambers, I'll need various things, right? So I'll obviously have to develop them all over there. In spite of the fact that I have rented it for myself, still I have to put my investment into it so that that place can be developed in accordance to my need.
Yeah, whatever standard, your brand, whatever
for everything. I mean, suppose you are making your people sit there, you need that space to be created in such a way that they can sit in a proper way. So you are actually investing that way. So that is a kind of a capital investment, right? You are
investing. It's a capital fixed investment, right?
Yes, it is a fixed
investment. And when you're counting it in terms of your profit, you would take that like over a period of 3 years to 5 years.
Yes,
right?
that depends upon,
like when
that
because
depends
you can't
upon,
obviously,
yes,
you
that
can't
depends
obviously
upon,
say no, this cost goes into my 1 year business.
no, it will never happen. No,
much.
capital expenditures can never be, apportioned to just 1 year's income.
It's over a period of 3 or 5 years.
Yes,
right?
you have to determine based on the kind of the business that you will be having as to up to what time, without hampering your working capital and without hampering your day-to-day running, till what time will you be able to cover up all your capital expenditures. That is what is important. So you have to check it out as per the kind of business that you are running.
Right. So you plan about over what period of time you want to recover your capital cost expenditure. But when you're calculating your monthly expenditure, then you would say, supposing you're investing, for instance, 6 lakhs. So you would divide it, say, if you want to cover it, say 3 years. So you divide it over 36 months rather than 12 months. Am I right?
Rather, it would be better if we say we will be dividing it over 3 years.
Exactly,
Why? Because you will not be doing it per month. It will depend upon, like, you will start recovering it from the net profit of that particular year.
Right.
So every year you will be keeping an amount aside, whatever percent you might have thought of covering each year. So that way you will start keeping aside that amount so that it gets covered.
Yeah. So then you say that I'll divide this capital thing over the period of 3 years. And when you're calculating your cost of expenses per month, you would add that amount to your expenses. That this is my expense.
See, again, you have to
find out your profit. To find out your profit, for instance, so you would say add your rent, your electricity.
That will be only your working capital that you will be checking out, right? When it comes to profit and loss account, when it comes to income and expenditure, when it comes to trading and profit and loss account, it is all about the working capital related expenditures only, expenditures and income, rather than any other. Like when we talk of say the capital expenditure, they are not considered over there actually. That you recover from the profits that you generate.
Yeah, so it's from the profit. So once you have earned a particular profit, so you will deduct your monthly cost, plus you will add
not the monthly cost, and then cost. Now understand, it's not profit that you are talking about. When you are talking about the monthly cost, so your profit is calculated only after deducting, see, whatever revenue you are earning. There is a difference between a profit and a revenue. So whatever revenue you might be earning, from that you deduct your working capital expenditures. And once that has been deducted, then whatever is left is your gross profit. That's is your gross profit. But now from the gross profit, after gross profit, you have all the other expenditures, all the indirect expenditures, like your office running expenditure. You will be having offices also, no? The paperwork, the things like advertising, like marketing. So these are all your indirect expenses. They are not direct expenses. So now these indirect expenses are also to be subtracted from the gross profit. And then, after paying tax and all, whatever is left is your net profit. Now, from that net profit, when you have that net profit, from that you can create a reserve kind of a thing, under which you will be having a provision for depreciation, you will be having a provision for whatever, like bad debts and all. And from there only you will be keeping a portion aside as recovering of your capital expenditures. So that will be from the final profit, the net profit. Right.
Okay. So you keep that okay, this is what I'm recovering. So that again minuses from the actual profit you earn. So you could also do it in a way where you say, okay, rent, this, that, etc. Rent, electricity, Wi-Fi, whatever.
Exactly, but there no.
Plus this amount spent on capital. You can't do it that way.
No.
Hello.
Never. Yes.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes. Please.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt, ma'am, but Pura ma'am, we can take up with your questions when we will get completed with the topic of today's class. So can we continue, ma'am?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much, Pura ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. So, what are the problems faced by, and that is what I was asking you all. by you all while preparing the budget. So what I got to know, number one, was that most of us do not know like what are the heads that are to be deducted from where and what are the heads that we need to add up where, right? So that is might be one particular problem that might sometimes, create a lot of confusions. So keeping all those things in mind, what is important is that we can have something or someone who actually knows about all those accounting aspects. Because as we were just discussing, all those accounting aspects were like, what is to be deducted, what are the parts of our day-to-day business, how do we calculate gross profit, net profit, how do we get to know about what are our financial condition and what is our asset and liabilities like, right? So for that, we need to know about these heads particularly. Either we can hire someone who knows about it, or we ourselves can learn about it, or the third thing is that we can take the help of a few apps who will, these apps will just ask you to put in a few inputs, and those inputs will certainly be of help to you, right? Okay, so why is it important to have these tools? Budgeting, as we all know, is very, very crucial for all the business and its success. And the technology these days has helped us by releasing a lot of financial tools which we can actually inculcate and start using in our day-to-day life, so that we can ease all our problems out, right? So let's move on and talk about these things. Availability, there are many different types of solutions to choose from. Every entrepreneur can find a budgeting tool that fits their requirement. So accordingly, you can choose it. So the recent trends these days, in recent years, companies have moved their budgets to the to cloud. I hope you all understand what cloud is like. It's on internet, right? Where you can have it all the time, whenever you want, you can have it. So most of the companies these days have moved their budget to the clouds. Cloud-based budgeting software, because they are less expensive than on-premises product, because what will happen for that, people have to have a full department, which is known as either an accounts department, or a budgeting department, or a department who will be taking a finance department which is into something. So that will cost you a lot. Obviously, that is very, very expensive. Smaller companies therefore often lack the infrastructure and the staff requirement. Therefore, they prefer going in with these particular softwares or apps or tools. Online business budgeting tools are excellent options for any business, mostly for the small businesses that wishes to manage their budget in a very, very professional way and in an organized manner, right? Okay, so the first one that we are going to talk about is known as Scoro. This is the first tool that we are going to talk about. Scoro would look something like this, if you can see the picture here. Can you see it? So Scoro combines budgeting features with other tools. Mostly you'll see that these apps, these tools, they do not come kind of exclusively for budget. They are a kind of a combo tool that helps you in other business aspects as well. So they come with other business tools as well that helps you to manage the entire company as one system. You all must have heard about ERPs, right? This is somewhat, all these tools that we are going to talk about are kind of miniature ERPs, right? Small ERP kinds that will be solving and sorting out most of your problem related to your organization. So you can also manage expenses and resources, use a financial dashboard. You can have, you have that option of going on the financial dashboard, promptly, and manage the project budget very well. They'll just ask you a few things to put in. What are your what is your job like, what are the requirements there. You just keep on putting in over there the cost first time they'll ask, and then what are you investing into, what are the sources that you are getting it from. They'll keep on giving you questions, you keep on answering them, and after that the rest of the things will be taken care of by them, right? So Scoro combines the tool of budgeting, CRM, and project management, customer relationship, also project management, so that you can manage your entire business in one solution. And as soon as you need any access to any of your financial data, it is there in one place. So your everything get connected. No, your customers also are getting connected. So whatever kind of transaction that you are doing is automatically, you don't have to put it like, you don't need an accounting to be done. As soon as you put it, as soon as a particular unit goes out, everything is taken care of over there, and you have a ready-made financial data over there. And based on that, they can start making your budget for the next year also. What as and when and whatever you require, you just have to put in over there, and you get it there instantly. So that is the best thing. Okay, but this is not a free app. Yes, you can check it out for 14 days as a free trial. Otherwise, it's, not much, but then for a startup, it might sometimes be costly. But otherwise, if it is running okay kinds, you can still afford it. It's $26 per user per month. Now, when we say per user, that means, suppose that tool is used by just one person in your organization, then it will cost you only $26. But that is not only, we all know that, but still not much as well. If suppose let's compare it with a proposition where you have to pay one accountant, at least what will you be paying to the person? The minimum that you can pay. You can understand, no? So obviously this is much less than that. So $26 per user per month. Now let's move on, and then you don't have to think of the infrastructural need also. You don't have to think of any other thing. Okay. What are the budgets? Features. It helps you in budget planning, obviously forecasting, because it is keeping a track of all your transactions. So instantly you can get any financial report or analysis that you're looking for. Unlimited project budgets, whatever kind of project, you just put in the requirements of the project, and they'll be providing you with a real-time budget over there. When I say real-time, what do I mean by that? Means you put in your inputs and they'll be showing you the projection instantly. That is what is known as real-time, right? No one, it's beyond the human capacity to do these things in real time. Although, the technology which is put in over there is human brain, but then we have a procedural way of doing it as human beings. So this is taken care of by them. Financial KPI dashboard. Everything will be everything about your project from there. So anything, suppose you're not able to understand, you can take the help of, again, a system over there that will help you to understand what exactly it is about. Invoicing and professional services automation done. Invoicing as in, I hope you know what invoicing is like. Suppose you are selling off something, so the invoice is to be generated to your customer. This feature will help you do that as well. This is one solution to all your problems, right? All the problem related to a business can be taken care of by them.
What is KPI?
KPI is know about all the product, related things.
Okay.
So that is there on your dashboard itself.
Okay.
Then you have an automated revenue stream from invoices. So it's automated because it is generating the invoices. So it already knows that what is coming into the business, right? So that is already there. You don't have to do it separately or input any such thing over there. As soon as the invoice is generated, it is already there in the records and segregated, classified, and put into the categories of revenues. Similarly, when you are making payments, that payment has to be actually, yes, put into it. Okay. The second, any question related to this particular product, Scoro, this tool? That was the first one. Let's move on to the next one, which is Centage. Looks something like this, right? Something like this. So can you see they have this one? Can you see this? The arrow over here. This is revenue. This is related to all the personal, like all the expenses and things related to persons who might be working. All the expenses. These are all wizards, whatever is being done. Like if you want to show it as a chart, how your business sales is going, everything. I mean, so these are the wizards that will help you to analyze, right? These are the report projections. If you want any kind of report, you just go there, click on it, and they'll be, giving you the reports of the same. These are all the tools for anything that you want to do. So there are lots of things that you can do with it. Centage is a comprehensive enterprise budgeting software provider that offers tools called Mastros. They have a tool which is known as Mastros, right? For budgeting, forecasting, financial reporting, etc. If you're looking for now, what way of financial reporting do you want? Whether you want it in a pie chart, you want it to be projected in a histogram, in a particular kind of a graph, everything. Like if you have to suppose prepare a project report, or if you want, they were presentations. So you don't need to work on these. You just ask them for that analysis and that kind of a projection, and you can directly put it into your presentation from there. So it is that very easy. So it actually gives a total solution, as I was talking about. So most of these tools that I am going to talk about today are kind of a total solution to all your business needs. So if you're looking for a highly complete solution, Centage might be an answer, because over here you will be getting a complete solution to these things. Okay, now what are the features like? Obviously, it will help you in budgeting and planning. Yes, I'm recommending this tool only for budgeting and planning, but then it will help you in forecasting as well. It has a dedicated financial dashboard and reporting system. And as I said, it can project things in any form that you want. That means it has a comprehensive analytical tool as well, which is all inculcated in the system. So what's special about this tool? Centage integrates with other widely used enterprise management software tools as well, like Sage. This is a different, software. Sage, you must have, I don't know how tech savvy you all are, or whether you were ever interested in knowing them or not. This is a management software, which is Sage, Dynamic, and QuickBooks. QuickBook is one of very, very popular, software that most of the businesses these days use. So the price depends on what kind of requirement do you give to them, because they generally tailor make it as per your requirement, right? So most of the things are there inbuilt, but then there are other things also which they put into as per your requirement, and then kind of install it in your system. So the price depends upon what you are asking for. So that is obviously provided to you on request. You first tell them what kind of specifications do you have, and accordingly they'll be charging you, right? Anything that you would like to know about this particular tool?
Mamta, how different are these from the basic Tally that we use?
Tally, see, there is a lot of problem Tally, and when we talk of Excel and all, there are always chances of, suppose we do not know, we are putting in certain things, right? But suppose we ourselves do not know the basics. What are the heads to be put into what? So then things will go wrong, right? But they'll ask you for only those things which are required for that particular purpose. And they'll discard all the other information which is not required. So you always stand a chance of erring over there. If one of your things go wrong, or if you have put anything which was not required, or anything, even if you have missed something which was not required, right? So that is there. And over here, because this is fully, kind of prepared for that particular purpose only, so therefore that chances of things going wrong does not stand over here.
So in Tally, you need to use your brains, and just you need to use your brains a little less.
Yes, because in order to use Tally, you should be a competent accountancy, accountant kind of a thing. You should know about the basics of accounting. You should know about the rules of accounting. Then only can you use the Tally in a proper way. But for these, you do not need to know any of such things, right? So that is the basic difference. Okay. The third one that we are going to talk about is profits. Profits. You can see, how professionally they have projected what, right? And individually also, any individual kind of data you require, you'll be getting that as well. So everything over there. Profit says it has created a software solution for corporate performance management, which means that it includes many smaller tools for managing companies' resources. Each of the resources, even the salary sheets, in big companies, you might be having lots of people, everything over there, everything is managed with them. Tools for managing a company's resources and planning its budgets. So the features are, it helps in budgeting, planning, forecasting, financially statutory. It not only helps you in creating the reports of your financial structure, but it also helps in projecting all your statutory and management related reports as well. It helps you in cash flow planning, keeping your past performance in their records, because they have it in their records. So keeping that in mind, analyzing that, it projects as to what should be your cash flow like in the forthcoming years as well. So cash flow planning, and then profitability modeling, optimization, how and in what way, and what should be the ideal number in order to create a profitable proposition. That also is projected by them, right? So that is why the word pro comes from the professional kind of, that word comes from there. Pro, something is pro. So profitability modeling and optimization, and personal planning as well. Personal planning, when we talk of, that means what kind of people do you need for which of the sections, and what should be the expenses incurred on them, and ideally what should be the output from these people coming in. So everything is projected by them. So that is, you can understand, a holistic kind of a condition. Clear? Okay. What's special about this tool? Profix wants to offer its user a wholesome product that can scale as the company grows, which can, as the company grows, it can keep on being updated, and it can also keep on growing. Its scales can also be expanded as and when the business expands. So price again on request, because again, it will depend upon what kind of a business you are in, and what kind of a specification or requirement you have for the particular product. So as per your requirement, it will be tailor-made, it will be put to you, and therefore it can only be obtained on request. So I hope that is clear. Now a quickie quizzy round for you all. We just talked about 3 types of software. So just tell me, Dash integrates with other widely used enterprise management software like Sage, Dynamic, and QuickBook. What was the name?
Percentage.
Oh, wow, that's great. That's great. That means you were listening very carefully, right? That was the actual intention behind it. Okay, so let's move on. Any questions from your side? Okay, so any question from your side? I had a question, now yours.
Ma'am, is this, whatever tools you have told, will this be applicable for us to submit the assignment? I
No,
don't know.
no.
No, no.
This is a solution to your entrepreneurial problems. Please,
Okay.
please forget about the templates. I'm telling you
Acha.
again and again. That day also I told this to you, man.
Yeah, you told. Yeah, I remember you telling.
Forget about the template. It was just
Sure.
said to you. I did not mean to actually, pose any kind of problems on y'all. It is actually having a lot of things in it because it is meant for, the entire kind of a budgeting of a company. So
Yeah.
please don't be, carried away by all those things. Just
Okay.
think
Thank
about
you.
what is your business's need and how you will be preparing your budget. That is it.
Okay, ma'am.
Forget
Thank
about
you.
all the other things.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay. So next, the next tool that we are going to talk about is known as float. As you can see over here, whatever we need, we can just put it over here and we can get it. So float is an easy to use cash flow forecasting. This is basically cash flow forecasting and budget management software. Obviously, it also integrates seamlessly with other tools like Xero, QuickBook. As I said, no, QuickBook is very popular these days in management arena. So QuickBook, online and free agent. So all these can be put together. I mean, it integrates with them very easily, and they actually sometimes become their source, the source of kind of information, source of data for this particular tool. So that is why it integrates with them very easily and helps you in forecasting and creating a proper budget for your organization. So the features are, it helps you in cash flow forecasting, helps you in business budgeting and visual reporting. Just that. So you can understand this is kind of mostly related to your budgeting and cash flow needs only. Other, the tools that we were talking about was kind of an ERP tool, under which I told you that, it was taking care of all the enterprise related, activities, all the other management related activities as well. But this is basically, it also has certain features, but mostly it is related to budgeting, cash flows, and visual reporting. Means mostly the financial part only. What's special about this tool? Float is a highly visual and nice to use tool, easy also, that helps to bring more clarity to your company's budget and cash flow. Basically, as I said, no, this is about the financial aspect of your business. So price, if it is a small firm, one user account, $35 per month. If it is a medium kind of a firm where you have 3 users who will be using it, so 3 user accounts, so that then it will be $59 per month, but that will not be per user. That will be $59 per month, under which you can have 3 users for the same. And if it is a large firm, obviously, somewhere around 10 people work for them. So it will be $119 per month. So again, 10 users. Let's move on. See, sometimes what happens, I'll tell you, suppose you are having a retail outlet kind, like just think of Spencer's, suppose. Now Spencer's are having, say 10 outlets. So instead of, having 10 different departments at each of the place as accounting professionals or a full-fledged accounting department, what they can do is they can just have this tool for the accounting purpose in all of these, points, selling points, wherever these 10 branches is. That means that will be 10 user, and they'll just be paying as low as $119 per month, instead of, all the running expenditure of a full space where you will be having a full-fledged accounting department. Just forget about all those things. Just one person who will be handling this, one person, and an expenditure which will be $119 per month, which again can be distributed between 10 users. So that will come to somewhere as less as, we can just take it as, say, somewhere around 12, not more than $12 per person, right? Nothing more than that. So you can very easily understand how economic it becomes. Okay. The next one is Plan Guru. Plan Guru. Now, as the name suggests, you will very easily be able to understand this has to do much from India. I mean, the name itself suggests that it is an Indian product. Compared with Centage and Profits, Plan Guru is more simple budgeting software solution, which might be what you are looking for to manage your small company budget. The Plan Guru can be of a great help to you all, right? This is, I can say, you can check it out once, Plan Guru. This is a pre-built integrated financial statement structure, payroll utility if you have, staff who needs to be paid. So you just have to put in the basic requirements and the rest of the things will be taken care of by it. Engagement tool for professional accountants, 20+ standard forecasting methods. I mean, whichever way you want, you can get it done that way. And then the forecasting using non-financial data. I mean, financial forecasting, of course, but the non-financial data forecasting, related forecasting can also be done by them with the help of this particular Plan Guru tool, right? Okay. So what's special about this tool? This is a special one. I just talked about it. Plan Guru has a separate analytical tool that helps to get a better overview of the financials, only the financial things, not much to do, but then that is what you are looking for, and make a better decision. So what is the price like? $99 per company. Now, there's no limitation of number of users. You can have as many users as you want. Suppose you have, say, 20-30 branches, so you can use at all these branches altogether. It will be only $99 per month per company. And for, if you are having additional users, so then you can have $29 for each additional user apart from that. Okay. Other one is guide. Yes, that is a guide, but then the spelling is a different one. GIDE, guide, helps company to combine budgeting, strategic planning, and rolling forecast while consolidating. Say, if you are considering a particular project or a new proposition, so that can help you. I mean, this particular tool can help you there. So forecast while consolidating projects, companies, and business department within one comprehensive corporate performance management platform. How your project has been performing, how your company and the business department, different departments, how have they been performing, and then what have been your comprehensive corporate performance like. So it can project each and everything over there. The features, obviously, it will help you in preparing your profit and loss statement, balance sheet, cash flows, capital asset planning. What are your capital assets that you require? What should be your capital structure like? Do you understand the meaning of capital structure? See what capital structure, whenever we talk of structure, it means the framework, right? And when we are talking about the framework of a capital, what do we mean? We mean actually what are the sources of these capital, like whether we have got it as a share, as the owner's capital, or whether we have loaned it, like whether we have got it through loan, right? So a capital structure talks about debt or equity, whether it is taken as a debt, I mean the capital that you have invested, or whether it is a combination of both. If it is a combination, what is the proportion like? Are you understanding this? Do you understand that this has a lot to do?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So do you understand that this has a lot to do with your performance, and it has a lot to it's a kind of, you know, detrimental in your business. Why? I'll tell you. See, whenever we need money, now this is something which is different from this, but then I need to talk about it. See, whenever we talk about a business, what comes first to us is what is the financial requirement like, and do we have that much of money, right? As soon as a project comes to our mind, what is the first thing that we do is we analyze as to what are the requirements of that particular project. And once we get to know about the requirements, now the first question that comes to our mind is, do we have that much of money? If not, then where are we going to get it from, right? So whenever we need money, there are only two sources. Either we can finance it ourselves, or we can borrow it from someone else, right? We can ask someone else to pay, give it to us. Either we can take it from the banks as loan, or the second thing can be we can ask someone to come and join hands with us, for which, I mean, joining hand means where they'll also be investing their money, and for which we'll be giving them a part of our profit share, right? That is exactly what these companies do when they, come up with the IPOs, initial public offering. So what do? They actually provide all the public a chance to own a part of the profit of a particular company. And how? By investing a particular part of money into it, right? Yes or no? So whoever as an equity shareholder or as a shareholder invests into a particular company, they indirectly become, rather directly become, the owners of that company up to that extent. Yes or no? So there are only two ways of getting money, capital in your company. One is owned money and the other one is loaned money. To be, very, very precise, owned money or loaned money. Either you get the money as a loan from somewhere, or when you make others to put their money into your business by providing them a part of your business, that means that is also the owner's money. So whoever is the owner, even the shareholders, if they have invested into it, that is owned money. And or else if we have taken it as debt or loan from bank or any other entity or public, we can get the loans from the public also, you must be knowing. That is known as debenture, right? So when we take it from them, that is also loaned money. So there are only two sources of getting money, own source and loan source. That is equity and debt. So that is what depends now. Whether we'll be having a combination of the both, or it will be only borrowed money, or will it be only the owned money, that depends upon what kind of a business you are going to operate, right? So keeping your business perspective in mind, you can very well, understand as to what kind of capital will suit your business's need. I'll give you an example. For example, suppose I take a loan from someone for whatever reason. Say I take a loan from the bank. So I took the loan for say 3 years on say 10% interest rate. Now tell me, is the bank bothered about my financial condition? No. The bank will never pay a heed to what is my financial condition like. Even if I am suffering financially, still it will look towards me so that I pay all the interest on time and I pay the entire amount back as and when it is due, right? So they'll not be bothered about what my financial condition is like. Similar is the case even with a business. Suppose you have borrowed the money to put into a capital. So whoever has given you that loan will never ask you what is the financial condition of your business. They'll just look for getting their money back and their interest on time. So that actually makes that proposition very, very risky for the business firm, because it is a business. You never know what will be the future like. So suppose, I mean, I'm not talking about a small amount. Just imagine if you have borrowed, say, 5 crore rupees for a business, and the interest rate is, say, 10%. So 10% of 5 crore will be what?
50 lakhs.
50 lakhs. Now, suppose your business is not doing well. At that particular juncture, paying 50 lakhs per year as interest would be a big, big cost for you. Yes or no? If it is working well, then it is fine. Suppose you are earning 10 crore instead. So then paying that 50 lakh will be a meager amount. But if the business is not doing well, then it will be a real risky proposition, right? Cut 2. If it was your own money, suppose you have your own business, and suppose some month or some year it does not work well. So you never go to claim the losses to anyone else, do you? It is your business. So obviously you will be suffering. If there is a loss, you will be bearing it. If there is a profit, you will be enjoying it, right? So when it comes to these shareholders, they also become the owners of the firm, and they'll never charge you anything till the time there is a profit, right? Why? Because again, it becomes their business as well. So if you are an owner, so if there is a loss, you also have to bear in the same way as the others are bearing, right? So that is an advantage. That way, if you see, so getting money through equity is less risky for a firm from the business's perspective. But again, there are, pros and cons of both the things. As I said, loan is risky, but then the advantage is what, suppose we actually make a lot of profit, then what will happen? We'll just have to pay that interest amount, and the rest can be regenerated into the capital to expand it and to expand the business as well. So that will actually help us grow the business in a proper way. So loans become a very, very good source. They actually leverage your firm if you are in profit. Cut 2, if it is coming from the equity sources, obviously they'll not charge you anything if there is no profit. But then in case there is profit, it will all be distributed amongst all equally, and then there will be nothing left to grow the business. So none of the business in this world is done with a motive of being stagnant, right? So that way, it is always wise to have a good trade-off of both these elements, and they should be put in a proper way. I mean, that should be apportioned, keeping the risk element in mind. So there should be both these elements in your capital, debt as well as equity, so that your business actually can grow as well as the risk can be minimized. So both the things have to be taken care of. So that was about capital structure. We can have a full discussion on these things sometimes, but today it was that capital structure, and then the operational data. What are the day-to-day expenses? What are the day-to-day events that are going on? And the working capital, that is, the raw material required, the operational expenses. So these are all part of working capital. So this particular tool takes care of all these things, all your financial requirements taken care of in a proper way. What is special about this tool? So Guide promises a fast implementation process. I mean, the implementation of these tools are actually a very, very time-taking procedure. Mostly what happens, it takes almost 2 months, 8 weeks for any budgeting software to be implemented in a proper way in any organization. But Guide only takes 2 weeks, just 15 days time. So this is very quick. The price is not applicable. I mean, no price required. It's a free kind of an app. So you can start using it if you want. The next one is MaxiPlan, a quick one. With MaxiPlan's cost-effective budgeting solution, organizations can move beyond the chaos and complexity of spreadsheet. We were just talking about Excel and Tally, no? So just we can move, apart from it. I mean, those confusions can be very easily avoided over here. This can make the planning very effective, and financial performance can be tracked very easily. Feature is financial performance management. It keeps an eye on it. It keeps a record of how the financials are in a particular company. Budgeting and forecasting, profit and loss, cash flow forecast, actual budget. What is the actual expense? What was the budgeted expense? But what is the actual expense? What was the budget like? And what have been the variance? That also is calculated. That is again very important for you while you are making decisions, right? Where has been the variance? Because budgeting is done something as a kind of an estimation and forecasting. So what was the actual thing like? It was just a supposition, no, that this is going to happen. So this helps you to analyze as to what has been the variance, and if the variance has been consistent, that means there was something wrong in our calculation of the budget, so that next time when we are preparing a budget, those things have to be considered. Revenue forecasting and analysis, and ad hoc planning. Ad hoc planning means a planning of a new thing, entirely new thing, a new purpose, and consolidation. So what's special about this tool? MaxiPlan challenges companies struggling with Excel spreadsheets to move their business into more organized solution. Again, no expenses required as such. So with that, again, there are lots of other solutions as well, like PageTech. This is also a simple business budgeting software solution. And it gives you disclosure management, budget planning and forecasting, reporting, analytics, and financial consolidation. Promises to give you an ease to Excel, the flexibility of cloud, and the power to built-in financial intelligence. Whatever is required is there. Price, again, not applicable. So we'll leave it now for the day. And what we learned today is how crucial is budgeting for any business, and what we have so many tools. So, but we have to keep in, whenever we are selecting a particular tool for ourselves, so we have to keep in mind what are our particular requirements and how should we be selecting a proper tools for ourselves. So with that, I hope you will just be checking out a few of them. How to manage a budgeting with the help of technology is what we did today. Thank you for being there.